1971 to 1974. Strat-O-Matic Excel Carryover League. Brought to you by the Shrimp Trawler.
Game 287, Indians at Astros.
Welcome back, baseball fans. 1971-74 Carryover League, Interleague Baseball, a best-of-3 series between the Cleveland Indians and the Houston Astros. Tonight we have two very good baseball teams that have been flying under the radar. In this timeline, they would not have much to show for it traditionally in Major League Baseball. The Astros in the National League West are always behind the Dodgers and the Reds. And Cleveland was in the American League East behind the Orioles, the Tigers, the Red Sox, and the Yankees, I guess, throughout the decade. But in this recreation, they are flourishing. Cleveland is in the American League North in their own division, doing very well. Houston's doing very well out west without the Cincinnati Reds knocking them down and holding on to Joe Morgan in the process, at least for one more year. And it's funny, but let's take a look at the overall standings. And I wasn't kidding, folks. Let's start in the North. Cleveland, they won Game 1, and they are 12-9. Oddly enough, in third place but a very good record. Good team. And Houston lost Game 1, and their record is over here. They're also 12-9. They're on the edge of the playoffs, though, and in pretty decent shape, all things considered, as the National League is a stunning 13 games under 500, in which there's only 48 interleague games. And there's only one more series left between the Reds and A's. It's not like the Reds can make up that ground. So the American League is easily going to win the interleague series battle. So how'd this happen in Game 1 in Cleveland? It was Houston, Larry Dierker, and Gaylord Perry for the Indians. You're thinking it's going to be a 1-0 game, but no. Both pitchers got knocked around. Leadoff triple by the Toy Cannon, RBI by sac fly by Joe Morgan. In the fourth inning, it gets nuts for Dierker. A single walk, double, and it's quickly 6-1. And you're thinking, well, Gaylord Perry is just going to cruise, right? No, Houston gets a homer by Haig. Double Watson, homer Cedeno, triple Joe Cruz. It's 6-5. And then the Indians add an unearned run in the fifth, and they add a home run by Vada Pinson in the sixth, and then right back, increasing the lead at 9-5, and then you giveth, you taketh away, as Gaylord Perry gets knocked around in the seventh inning. After 2 outs, an error by Buddy Bell, a single walk, and a triple by Roger Metzger. It's 9-8. So the Indians say, well, man, how do we get rid of these Astros? We got to put some more runs on the board. They did with a 2-run double by Mark Belanger. 11-8 in a very unlikely slugfest in Municipal Stadium in Cleveland. So they win the Game 1 at home. They go to Game 2 here in Houston. And boy, the National League is taking it on the chin in this interleague this year. It's very strange. Maybe I'll go into reasons why at the end of this video. And if you want a lackluster starting pitching duel, since I've been touting up the pitching, throughout the season, boy, it doesn't get more lackluster than this. The Indians will send Mike Kilkenny, a Detroit Tiger in 71 with a 4-5 record and a 5.02 ERA in 86 innings. Not very good, folks. Against Gary Peters past his prime, he had a 4.27 ERA, 14 wins in 1971 for the Red Sox. These were two of the last two selections in the draft, as both Cleveland and Houston had 6 right-handed starting pitchers, and you have to have at least one lefty. And that barrel, that barrel is just about empty, and at the bottom has been cleaned out. So you had Gaylord Perry, Jim Perry, and Dick Tidrow needed a lefty to join them. Larry Dierker, Ken Forsch, and Bob Johnson, same thing. Not you know, I'm not trying to hurt these guys' feelings. It's just that they're not very good, and this could set up to be a wild affair. In the Astrodome, coming off an 11-8 thriller, expect more of the same. Leading off for your Clevetown Indians, Mark Belanger. 2-2, fly to center B plus injury. Well, that's an ominous start. They lose their defensive shortstop. And it means that, can Lowenstein play shortstop? He usually plays all over the place. He cannot. But he can play second. So he'll play second base, and Eddie Leon will play shortstop. Yeah. Okay. Fix that. Ron, I'm going to get you on a Swoboda China. 57, second X. Joe Morgan's a 2E12. Makes the play. And Oscar Gamble, 39, flies to right. Bottom of 1, the Toy Cannon. 58 is a walk. B Steeler. You got Ray Fosse and a -3 arm, so I would stay put. Or hit and run. Morgan's going to hit and run. Do something a little different. Moves runner up. Runner at second for Watson. 2-5. Let's take a look at Bob Watson's card of 1973 for the Astros. Brilliant year. 312, 16 home runs, plenty of walks. Arguably one of his best years with the Astros. That is triple 1-4 double. That is a 2-base hit. And the Astros grab a 1-0 lead. Cesar Cedeno. 111 pops to second. And with 2 outs, it's Doug Rader. 33 is hit by the pitch. And with 2 outs, it's Danny Cater. 53, right X. Right fielder is Gamble. Is a 4-8 in right field. That'll be a single ... and another run for the Stros. Runners on the corners for Jose Cruz. 57 is a K. 2-0. Top of 2. Ray Fosse. 2-6, double 1-9, base hit. Buddy Bell, 4-10 walk. Vada Pinson, 3-6. Let's take a look at Vada Pinson's card. He still has it, folks. He's probably 100 years old in this. Played for the Cincinnati Reds, of course, in the 60s, late 50s maybe. And boy, he's still kicking around in 72. 500 plate appearances, a 275 batting average for the Angels. Still with speed and an arm in center field, a little bit of range. 3-6, triple 1-7 double. That is a double, scoring 1 run. Buddy Bell will not challenge Cedeno's arm. Second and third, nobody out. Alex Johnson. 69, that is a double off of Gary Peters. My goodness, here it comes, folks. We're getting some offense today from the Astrodome. 3-2 already, nobody out. Chris Chambliss. 1-9, that's a base hit to right field. Johnson, 14 runner, will not have to run against Cruz. You got runners in the corners. There's nobody out. They're going to play. They got to play it up for Eddie Leon because he's an A bunter. 2-11 is a walk. It is. They are loaded. Back up top for what should have been Belanger is now John Lowenstein. Bases loaded. Nobody out. They're playing back. 45. Second C. Oh boy. Second and third. Another run scores. 1 out. They're going to play it up now. They don't want to fall too far behind. Ron Swoboda. 58 is a walk, reloading the bases with 1 out for Oscar Gamble. 68 is a pop to second, and with 2 outs, they bat around. Bases loaded, 2 outs. Big at bat here for Ray Fosse. 3-6. Let's take a look at Ray Fosse's card. 1971, 276, 12 homers for the Indians. Has not been traded to Oakland yet. They'd like to hold on to Ray Fosse as long as they possibly can in Cleveland. He's an outstanding player. 3-6, homer, 1-16 for the granny. Mr. Ray Fosse, you got yourself a grand slam home run here in the Astrodome. My goodness, folks. Gary Peters, a nightmare to forget about. It is 8-2. Buddy Bell, 43, right X. Right fielder Cruz is a 2E9. And it's a fly ball B. Well, Houston trailed Cleveland 6-1 and cut it to 6-5. Trailed them 9-5, cut it to 9-8. And now they find themselves down 8-2. There's a team to make this interesting. It is the Astros. Dick Billings leads off in the bottom of the second. 39, lines the third. Dennis Menke, 34, base hit. Jim Wynn, 47K, and with 2 outs. Joe Morgan, 35, walk, and with 2 outs. It's Bob Watson, 39, walk, and with the bases loaded. Can we get 2 grand slams in the same inning? It is Cesar Cedeno. 3-6 is a bases loaded walk. It is 8-3. And with 2 outs, it is Doug Rader. 38 is a grounder to third. 2 innings in the books for Kilkenny. They're going to watch this pitch count closely, Indians. They don't need this guy to qualify for a win. They just want to get out of Houston with a 2-game sweep, do the Indians. All right, top of the third, it is Vada Pinson. 48 is a K. Alex Johnson, 48 for a righty, though, is a single. Chris Chambliss back to a lefty. Fly ball to right X, but you got Joe Cruz in right field, and unfortunately, Jose Cruz, normally a reliable outfielder, a 2, gives up a double. Second and third, they got to bring this thing up for Eddie Leon. 47, single dot off of Gary Peters, and you know what? Let's see here. Oh, you got Lowenstein. You got a lefty up next. Let him pitch to Lowenstein because he's left-handed. Runner at first and 1 out. Lowenstein, 3-11, flies to center, and with 2 outs, it's Swoboda. I guess we'll let him go here, and then maybe hook him. We'll let him pitch to Swoboda. He walks a lot, but doesn't get a lot of hits. 55, right C. 10-3 game. Oh my goodness. Bottom of the third. Danny Cater. 1-5, rolls a short. Jose Cruz, 39's a walk. Dick Billings, 2-6, single dot. Runners in the corners for Dennis Menke. 68, base hit to left field. Here come the Astros again. It is 10-4. First and second for Jim Wynn. 69, it's a base hit. They're loaded for Joe Morgan. 3-6 is a fly ball. Right B question mark for Dick Billings. Probably a slow. No, he's a 12. 13-14, minus 1 arm. Yeah, let's do it. I know 1-13 could ruin the comeback, but let's try getting a run. And he scores on a 1. The sac fly worked. So it's 10-5 with 2 outs now. Bob Watson. 1-2, fly ball to center field. 10-5, top of the fourth. Oscar Gamble will lead it off. 59, double 1-6 off Peters, and yeah, that's more than enough. The boos come down. That's a shame. Gary's had a nice year otherwise, but eventually the card was going to fade for him, and boy, did it fade today quickly. We will have to get into the Houston bullpen, though if they lose this game anyway, the series is over and they'll have a day off, so it's not a big deal to tax your bullpen trying to get a win for the National League even. Oh my goodness. Jim Ray, he's a relief 4, and they're going to max him out today. 10-4, the 2.11 ERA in 98 innings for your 71 Stros. Jim Ray in the 4th. You got a runner at second with nobody out. And you got Ray Fosse up. Ray Fosse. 1-9 rolls to third. Buddy Bell, 33, pops to first. Vada Pinson having a nice day. 49, double 1 fly ball. Oh! You know you are living right as a Cleveland Indians. After getting 11 runs in game 1, they're about to get their 11th run. Double 1 fly ball to right off of Jim Ray's card. There it is, double 1. And that double is an RBI scoring gamble, and that will finish poor Gary Peters' line. He gives up 11 earned runs in 3 innings. Oh my goodness. Runner at second, 2 outs for Alex Johnson. 65, flies to center field. 11-5. The good news for the Astros, they've scored in every inning. They're down 6. And Mike Kilkenny's still out there, so that's a nice sight for sore eyes. Cesar Cedeno, 1-6. Let's take a look at Cedeno. 320 hitter, 22 home runs, the 1, the -3 arm, the AA stealer, puts it all together. Arguably his best year. 1-6, homer 1 to 13, and it is gone. 11-6. Doug Rader, 211 walk. Danny Cater, 2-8 single dot. Nobody out. Jose Cruz. 110 single center field. Bases loaded. Nobody out. And it's the stepping into the batter's box is the question. How do rich women account for their gigolo? And the answer is Dick Billings. Let's take a look at him. Dick Billings, with the bases loaded, really good against left-handed pitching. 254 hitter for the cross-state team, the Texas Rangers. But here he's on the Astros with the bases loaded, nobody out. Chance to cut this to 1 run with a granny. The pitch to Dick Billings. 54 off Kilkenny is center X. Pinson's a 3-2 in center field. And it's a fly ball 8, no sac fly. That's a tough one. 1 out. Dennis Mankey, 67 off Kilkenny. Double 1 to 9 is a double. It is 11-7. It is 11-8. There are runners at second and third. And I got to give Kilkenny a chance to lose this thing, you know. Jim Wynn, second and third, 1 out. 38 is a walk. The bases are loaded in an 11-8 game with 1 out, and it's Joe Morgan. Do we have a point of weakness for Kilkenny? I would hope so, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Oh, yeah. He's gone. 3 1/3. 3 1/3. This guy's gone. This is one of the shortest combined pitching performances I could ever remember, particularly on a YouTube broadcast for you folks. 6 1/3 combined innings for the 2 starters, who I said were awful, and I've proved it to this point. Just 3 1/3 innings. The 3 runners are all responsibility of Kilkenny. He cannot lose. If they score, it's 11-11. So the bases are loaded. They got to go to their long guy, Ray Lamb, and hope he can do as well as Jim Ray. Ray Lamb, decent pitcher, 71 Cleveland Indian, 6-12 with a 3.36 ERA and 158 innings. Good little pitcher here. Asked to go long. If this team could put, all righties in the starting rotation, they might just move Ray Lamb to the starting rotation, as does Jim Ray. But Ray Lamb in the 4th will come in and face Joe Morgan. A bunter. They're going to bring it up with 1 out and the bases loaded. The pitch to Joe Morgan. 3-10 is a 4-2 force out. So they get the runner out at the plate. The bases are still loaded as they bat around. And it's Bob Watson. 4-10 off Lamb is center X. Big play here for the 3-2 center fielder Vada Pinson. And he makes the grab. Vada Pinson keeps the Indians in the lead through 4, 11-8. This game, wow, this could set a record. I once, if you're wondering, and you're not going to believe this, but I once had a baseball game where the final score was 27-24 between the Dodgers and the Astros. Oh, Astros. Dodgers and the Astros a long time ago. And that is simply because there was only 1 pitcher left for each team, and they both hit the point of weakness, and it was like batting practice, and there wasn't a way I could figure out a way of having a positional player pitch and how to score that kind of thing, and it got out of hand. That was many years ago. Hopefully it doesn't happen today, but it is 11-8 into the 5th, and Jim Ray will continue to face Chris Chambliss. 39 a walk. Eddie Leone, 2-7 single, right on cue. 2 on, nobody out. Lowenstein. 1-9, let's take a look at John Lowenstein's card. 73 Indians. This is probably his best Cleveland year. Kind of had a pretty lousy 70s until he went to Baltimore later in the decade in 79 and 80. But here, 1-9 is triple one double. I gotta laugh, folks. I mean, I don't know what else to do. Triple one double with 2 on and nobody out. And there you see the triple one. So that will plate both those guys. Cleveland is not taking any prisoners here. They are going scorched earth on the Astros with runs 12 and 13 and 24 total in 15 innings, or 13 innings, and 3 batters. And one of the biggest assaults on a pitching staff that we've seen. Ron Swoboda, 53 off of Ray, right X, right fielder, 2E9, and that's a fly ball 9. Nice play defensively there. 1 out for Oscar Gamble. 66 off Ray's a liner to second. 2 good plays there, keeping a runner at third with less than 2 outs. Now it's Ray Fosse, who has a grand slam in this game. 66 flies to right field. 13-8, bottom of the 5th. Let's pause a moment for station identification.
This is the Shrimp Trawler video channel.
Este es el canal de videos de camaroneros.
All right, Ray Lamb, a chance to pick up a victory by getting out of the 5th inning. Will face Cedeno. 69, single 1-2-5. Misses it on a 17. Doug Rader, 68 is a single. Danny Cater, 311 is a walk. There are 2 on with 1 out for Jose Cruz. 49 flies to right. And will this be the first Houston inning without scoring? The pitch to Dick Billings. 68, nope, single dot dot. They're going to score again. It is now 13-9 with runners on the corners and 2 outs for Dennis Menke. 1-2, this is a mess. Ground ball short, A+, plus injury. So the A+ doesn't do anything because no one's being held on with runners at first and second, and there's 2 outs anyway. Plus injury, though, gets Menke out of there, who was the shortstop. Well, that's easy to fix. They'll just put Roger Metzger at short. 13-9 in the 6th. We go. Buddy Bell. 211 pops to short. Veda Pinson, 67, lines to short. And Alex Johnson, 110, base hit. And Chris Chambliss, 62, pitcher B. All right, a scoreless inning, the second one for the Indians. Bottom of the 6th, it's a 4-run game. It's Ray Lamb, 3rd inning relief, meaning it's his breaking inning. 3 base runners will do it. Jim Wynn, the toy cannon, 1-6 is a base hit. Joe Morgan, 67 is single, 1-11. He gets it on a 9. 2 on. Bob Watson, 66, base hit center field, and the patient Wynn and Morgan just go station to station. They know what's going on here. They've just broken another pitcher. This time it's Ray Lamb, who, well, he got 5 outs. 13-9 game, but the Astros have loaded the bases with nobody out again. And the Indians will have to go to Tom Hilgendorf in the 6th inning. He's a relief 3. The good news is Vicente Romo's a relief 3 and Mangori's a relief 2. Oh my goodness, folks. So much for my league ERA. This entire season it's been the year of the pitcher, and now in this one game they're going to destroy my credentials. That's the problem when you get like a 20-10 game. You don't get negative run games to offset, to replenish the low ERA, and you're just doomed to finish the year with a bad ERA. So that's what's happening today. Tom Hilgendorf, bases loaded, nobody out in the 6th inning, trying to protect a 13-9 lead. It's Cedeno, has a solo homer in the game. Homer here will tie it at 13 and be the game's 2nd grand slam. The pitch to Cesar Cedeno. 5'11" off Hilgendorf is short X. This is not Mark Belanger. The 1E18 Belanger got hurt in the game. It is the 3E24 Eddie Leone in his place. But Eddie Leone, how about that? That's a huge play in this. A 3E24, which is still good. The 3E24 replacement for Belanger gets a GBA. And that hurts the Astros, but doesn't knock them out. That will score a run, make it 13-10. We're going to go to third. There's 2 outs. It's Doug Rader. 38, Rader grounds to third. Nice little performance there for Tom Hilgendorf. 13-10. We go to the 7th. Jim Ray is a relief for. Let him. This is his breaking inning. Let him see what he can do. Eddie Leone will lead it off. 32 is hit by the pitch. Lowenstein, Swoboda, Gamble. Oh boy, let's take him out. 3 innings and a batter for Ray. Lowenstein really can't hit lefties that well. Let's bring in Mike Cosgrove for the Astros. He was in 74, 7-3 with a 3.50 ERA in 90 innings. He is also a relief for. Comes on in the 7th inning to face John Lowenstein. The American League team scored 13 runs trying to get another sweep, and it's difficult. Rather interesting. John Lowenstein, here's the pitch. 4-12, flies to right. I almost think the Indians don't have the odds in their favor for some reason. Ron Swoboda, 47 is a walk. 2, wrong spot. 2 on for Oscar Gamble. 58 off Cosgrove, single to center field. Leone could attempt to score here. He will not challenge the -3 arm in center field of Cedeno. Bases loaded, 1 out for Ray Fosse. you know Ray. He of the grand slam in the 3rd inning. He's going to try it again. Houston will bring the infield up. They can get a 6-2-3 double play here with the infield up and Ray Fosse. Here is the pitch. 48 off Cosgrove is your bases loaded walk. And the Cleveland Browns have taken a 14-10 lead on the Houston Oilers here with a bases loaded walk. 14-10. Looking to kick a field goal here if they can is Buddy Bell. 3-run double will do it. The pitch to Buddy Bell. 110 is a base hit to left field. Scoring Swoboda. Gamble from second is a 14. You got the +3 arm to win. You got to run this. And he scores 2 more runs score. And the Boo Birds are coming down in Houston as their pitching staff is just being scorched here. Ray Fosse holds at second. Still just 1 out. It's Veda Pinson. In a 16-10 game. 48. Single dot off of Cosgrove, and there it is. There is that field goal. It's now 17-10. Alex Johnson is the batter. 2-2, center B plus injuries. A designated hitter. He doesn't get hurt. Center B. Is that a sac fly? Would it be? Yeah, it is. It is a sac fly because this single here was single dot. Moving the runner to the 3rd base. We get a sac fly, and it's 18-10. When is enough enough? Chris Chambliss, 45, flies to center field. 3 more innings to get. Houston is the team that scored every inning, and they're down 8. Scored in every inning of this game, but they're down 8. Unbelievable. Bottom of the 7th. Hilgendorf will continue to Danny Cater. 57 is a K. Jose Cruz, 48, second X. Leone, not Leone, Lowenstein, a 40-41. That's an error. Oh boy. Dick Billings, 38, is a 5-4-3 double play. We forgot to give you the 7th inning stretch music, but we have been enjoying the ZZ Top Raw. The guys set up in a big old barn with a mobile studio and laid down a a little motion picture, a little movie, and this is the soundtrack from it, doing all their hits. I gotta hear Brown Sugar again, though. Yeah, let's deal with this one. We'll go to the top of the 8th inning. Cosgrove will leave. Frank Lindsay will come on in the 8th. 18-10. It is, who is leading off here? Lowest I made the last out? Or the first out? Nope. Leone leads off. Eddie Leone. 1-7, homer 1-8, fly ball. It's a fly ball. That's good. John Lowenstein. 6-10, center X. Cedeno, 1-8 in center field. Makes the catch. And with 2 outs. Swoboda. 69 center. All right, 2 more innings to go for Cleveland. Can they survive this 18-10 affair? 2 innings for Hilgendorf. It'll be Vicente Romo. Was a White Sox in 71, 1-7, 388. Be Roger Metzger. 37 base hit. The Toy Cannon. 410, homer, 1-7, double. It is gone! Jim Wynn and the Toy Cannon. Houston Astros make it 18-12. The Battle of 18-12 underway here in Houston. It'll be Joe Morgan. 49, base hit for Morgan. Bob Watson. 47 is a K, and with 1 out, just 1 out, it's Cedeno. 64, third X, Buddy Bell. 313 at third base. It's a ground ball B. And with runner at first and 2 outs, it's Doug Rader. 39 grounds to short. Well, little Brown Sugar, gotta love it. ZZ Top. 60 years in the business, still sound as brilliant as usual. We go to the 9th, 18-12. Lindsay will continue. Oscar Gamble, 1-5, rolls a second. Ray Fosse, 57 is a K. Buddy Bell, 33, pops to first. We go to the bottom of the 9th. We'll leave Romo in there with a 6-run lead. If it gets ugly, they'll go to Mingori, obviously. All the defense that Cleveland has is in the game. They can actually tweak one thing here. Well, no, they're not going to do it. They're going to leave it alone. Okay. They're going to leave everything alone. 18-12 game, bottom of the 9th. Vicente Romo against... Let's look at all the hitters. Danny Cater, let's check him out. Danny Cater was a Red Sox in 73. 313 batting average with this card. Nice little hitter here, Danny Cater. Here's the pitch. 64 off of Romo is third X. And the third baseman, there it is, already set up from the previous inning. That's a ground ball B. Now you got Jose Cruz. Check him out. He was actually a Cardinal in 71 with a 274 batting average. But we like him on Houston the entire run of the 70s and early 80s. It's where he's going to stay. Jose Cruz. 47 is a K. And do the Astros... Well, they actually didn't score in the 7th either. I was going to say one of the first teams to score in every inning of a game and lose. But they didn't score in the 7th. With 2 outs, batting for... Well, I don't know. I think I'll let Dick Billings hit away here. Dick Billings. 67 is a walk. Now you got Roger Metzger. Let's take a look at Metzger. 1973, he hits 250. He hits 14 triples. He's a 1-14 shortstop. Arguably his best season. Needs to get on base to keep the massacre continuing. The pitch to Roger Metzger. 2-5 is a roller to second base. The debacle is complete. Astros had the fight, but the cannon fodder, just the horrific pitching by both squads in the whole series, 11-8 and 18-12. 29-20. 2-game. My goodness, folks. Well, if Cleveland and Houston, if both these teams make it to the playoffs for the respective leagues, expect some fireworks at least. They're going to give you some fun. Fun group of players here on both squads. 18-12 final. Let's get into the box. My goodness, game 287. I think the American League is now 14 over 500. Frank Lindsay came on, pitched the last 2 innings. Would you believe he got 6 straight outs? Shame he was on a starter. Cosgrove was awful. He came in to face Lowenstein after the leadoff walk. So he gave up, oh my goodness, 1, 2, 3 hits, 4 runs, and 2 walks. My goodness. And no strikeouts. That walk that scored was property of Ray, unfortunately. And Ray, otherwise, did a nice job. Came in here to face Ray Fosse, so he gave a hit in that inning. And then in the middle inning, the middle 2 innings, he gave up 3 hits, 2 runs, and a walk. 3 hits, 2 runs, and a walk, which means that Peters, we'll count it up anyway, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 hits. That's correct. And 11 runs. And they are all earned. How come I'm not seeing more RBIs there? Oh, they left the bases loaded, that's why. Oh, no, they didn't. Somebody didn't credit for it. I didn't give RBI credit here. We have a single, a walk, a double, an RBI, a 2-run double, a single, a walk, a ground out here, a walk to loaded bases, and an out. Oh, the grand slam. I'm sorry. There's the 4 RBIs. Okay, that inning scored properly. The RBIs over here with Ray Fosse, the 10th batter of the inning. Those 4 RBIs correspond to the 2nd inning. Gosh, what a mess. But it is all earned, of course. There's no errors in there. Jeez, my goodness. 1, 2, 3 walks. Gosh, what spaghetti scoring this is. This is spaghetti code here. My goodness. And a strikeout in there. Well, that's good. He struck out a batter. All right. So, Romo pitched the last 2 innings. And no save or anything. The win is Ray Lamb's. Ray Lamb gets the win. He got through 5 before trouble, so he'll get the win. Romo's 2 innings, 3 hits, a run, and a K, and then a walk and a K in the 9th. Hilgendorf's 2 innings did a nice job. This is the key in the 6th inning. Remember, this is the tie run. A grand slam by Cedeno ties the thing at 13. It didn't happen. So Hilgendorf, nice hold for him. Gets a strikeout in 2 innings. Nice. Ray Lamb, inning and 2/3, faced Joe Morgan. Got the last 2 outs in this inning here. Did all of this, which was 2 hits, a run, and a walk in that inning. And then, of course, the 3 hits in the next inning and a run. Jeez. And Kilkenny's 3 1/3 is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 hits. Would you believe the Astros out-hit the Indians 18-16? Kilkenny is responsible for 3, 4, 5, 6, 8 runs. Oh, these are, yeah. Ray Lamb actually, he gave up his 2 runs. Romo gave up 2 runs. I'm sorry, I haven't given credit for 1. So there's your 12. Okay, 8 runs there. Everything is earned. Oh no, the league ERA is getting, oh, and 8 walks and 2 strikeouts. Got to put a win in here somewhere. Oh, they get the win. Ray Lamb gets the win. Yeah, and Gary Peters the loss. 1-009-0109. 12-18, 18-16, 12-18, 18-16, 7-2, 10-5, 10-5, 7-2. Cleveland puts 23 men on base. Houston puts 28 men on base and somehow loses by 6 runs. Oh my goodness, that is game 2. And now we have to look at what this has done to the league year-to-date stats. My goodness. Cleveland is in great shape in the American League, and Houston takes a shot. Houston and the Giants have just taken shots in the interleague recently, and believe it or not, that'll leave the door open for the Dodgers to make a comeback out west. That's not what anybody wanted to hear. Let's start with the Astros. They're just 12-10. They had a promising start. Remember, the Astros started the year, if I look at their schedule, they had a really promising start as they beat, where's the Astros schedule? They went into Cincinnati and beat them 3-1, and they beat the Mets 3-2. The last 2 champions in the National League. They knocked them both out. But then they struggled against the Giants and the Dodgers and Cleveland. That's a real shame. Big opportunity missed for the Houston Astros. They are only hitting .242, and their team ERA shot up to .405, of course. Gary Peters, well, after that debacle, you're probably wondering what that does to his ERA. It makes it .633. Okay. Now Cleveland. Cleveland's going to have to figure out how to hide their number 3 starter, Mike Kilkenny, once the playoffs come around. They got to figure out how to improve that horrible slot. Kilkenny, believe it or not, is 2-0 with some no decisions, like today's no decision. He's 2-0, 20 runs in 22 innings. So his ERA is .818. It's not going to work for a playoff team. You can't hide that. The Indians are hitting .278 with a .363 ERA. And overall, they're in really good shape. Let's look at where they are. Here you see the Astros, 12-10, and the National League is 14 games under 500. My goodness, that's terrible. And there's only 48 interleague games, which is stunning. That means like the American League is like 30-16, something like that. Here's Cleveland, 13-9. They're, boy, they're only outside of the playoffs looking in the American League, playing .591 ball. So is the Yankees, playing .611 ball, outside looking in. Look at the Blue Jays, the Orioles. Look at the Expos and the Tigers. They're all playing this incredible baseball. This is where your wild cards are going to rely. And in the Midwest and West, there's nothing going on. The White Sox got a game over 500. Oakland has not shown up this year. They just assume they're going to win the West and don't have to go out there and actually play. And they got to wake up here. Somebody's got to win this division. We once saw a Detroit Tiger team go to a World Series with a 500 record. And they had to get to 500. They were under 500 until the final round of the season. So break up. That'll do it for tonight, folks. In a wildest affair I've had yet, league ERA we're up to hitting .259 with a .358 league ERA. We were around .320 at one point with the ERA. We were once hitting .247. So it's slowly crept up as the weather's gotten warmer and these teams are starting to unlock the offense. Thanks for checking this out. We'll see you next time.